Hey there, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm your name, and today we're diving into a topic that affects just about everyone, budgeting. Now, you might think budgeting is a boring chore or even a daunting task. But what if I told you that over time, budgeting can actually get easier? Stick around, and let's explore why that's the case. But first, have you ever wondered why some people seem to manage their finances effortlessly while others struggle? What's the secret sauce that makes budgeting easier with time? Let's find out. First off, let's talk about familiarity. When you first start budgeting, everything feels new and overwhelming. You're figuring out your income, tracking expenses, and maybe even learning some new terminology along the way. According to a study by the National Endowment for Financial Education, nearly 60% of Americans don't keep a budget at all. But as you practice, you become more comfortable with the process. Familiarity breeds confidence. Now, let's break this down. Imagine you're just starting your budgeting journey. You sit down to create your first budget, and it feels like you're trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. You might not know how much you spend on groceries or how to categorize your expenses. But fast forward a few months, and you've tracked your spending patterns. You know that on average, you spend $300 on groceries each month and $150 on dining out. This knowledge makes it much easier to allocate your funds accordingly. Next, let's talk about habits. Building a budgeting habit is like developing any other skill. Initially, it requires effort and discipline. You might need to set reminders to check your budget or even write things down manually. However, as you stick with it, budgeting becomes second nature. You start to notice trends, and you might even find yourself reviewing your budget without having to remind yourself. According to a report by the Bureau of Economic Analysis, households that budget regularly tend to save significantly more, highlighting the long-term benefits of sticking with it. Now, let's consider the tools available today. When budgeting first became popular, people relied on paper and pencil or simple spreadsheets. While that's still effective, technology has transformed budgeting. There are countless apps and software options to help you track your spending, set goals, and even remind you of upcoming bills. Apps like Mint or YNAB simplify the process and provide visual aids that make it easier to see where your money is going. With these tools, you can quickly categorize expenses, set limits, and even analyze spending patterns over time. Imagine how much easier it is to budget when you can see all your financial data in one place. Plus, many of these apps send alerts when you're nearing your budget limits, helping you stay on track without constant manual checking. Another factor that makes budgeting easier with time is the emotional aspect. When you first start budgeting, it might feel restrictive. Nobody likes being told they can't buy that new gadget or go out for dinner. However, as you see the benefits of budgeting, like saving for a vacation or paying off debt, you begin to change your mindset. You start to associate budgeting with achieving your financial goals rather than feeling deprived. This positive reinforcement makes you more likely to stick with the budgeting process. Speaking of goals, let's not forget about the power of setting realistic financial goals. At first, you might be tempted to set lofty goals, like saving 50% of your income. But as you start budgeting and see what's feasible, you can adjust your goals to be more realistic. Maybe you start with a 10% savings goal, and over time, as your budgeting skills improve and your income increases, you can gradually increase that percentage. This gradual improvement not only makes budgeting easier, but it also helps build your confidence and financial literacy. So, to wrap it all up, budgeting gets easier with time for several reasons: increased familiarity with the process, the development of strong budgeting habits, the availability of helpful tools, a positive mindset, and the ability to set realistic goals. Remember, budgeting isn't just about restricting your spending, it's about empowering you to take control of your finances and reach your financial dreams. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on managing your finances. Also, let us know in the comments about your budgeting journey. How has it changed for you over time? Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy budgeting!